So I'm a little late on this video, which is the product of a very difficult and stressful month in my life. But I'm excited for what this video has become as a product of that very difficult and stressful month in my life. Today's video is about faith, and I want to look back on this last month or so in my life. There's really no other topic that felt right for me to talk about in this video. Now, before we jump too far into it, I want to thank you guys for all the support on the channel. Especially when Ashley and I chose to take a step back and focus on some other aspects of our life, such as school, work, that sorts of things. You guys still stepped up. You guys still supported the channel. You guys really are the greatest, and Rollsicle wouldn't be where it is without you. Also, if this video kind of seems out of the blue, it is a part of a monthly sort of self-help style video series that I've been working on. I've already put 2 up on the channel, and hopefully there are many more to come. So let's jump into today's topic, faith. Now, there are many interpretations of the meaning of faith, right? You could take it from a religious perspective. You could take it from a natural or spiritual perspective. You could even draw faith from connections to people or otherworldly things. I'm not going to back down from my strong religious beliefs, but regardless of your religious status, there are ways that you can find faith in your life. So why am I so passionate that this month's, technically last month's, video needs to be focused on faith? Well, faith is something that I have struggled with for a really long time. And this past month or so has forced me to embrace faith, as well as reinforced to me the power of having faith. And why is that? Well, let's give this a little bit of context. Ashley and I are both education majors. Well, now graduates, whoop whoop. Which means that our final semester of school, we do a full-time classroom internship. Now, that means starting in January, we were in the classroom all day, every day, just as if we were a normal teacher. On top of that, I'm a master's student, or at least I was, and I had some classes as well as work on a couple different nights during the week. Needless to say, that meant that life got a little busy, but it wasn't challenging enough to really test my faith. We sort of found our groove and we were rolling with it. However, not very long into the internship, I was facing the challenge of my teacher that I was placed with not really liking me. I loved the school, loved the kids, I loved everything about that placement, except the teacher who seemed almost out to get me. I got heavily criticized on my teaching ability in ways that I knew deep down in my soul just weren't true, and to the extents of which were blown out of proportion. Continuing at that placement every single day was so unimaginably stressful, and it felt like I couldn't do anything right despite knowing that I was doing everything I could right. It was around that time that Ashley got to begin working full-time as a substitute in a different kindergarten class, and I really had to lean into my faith that everything was going to be okay. And then Later in that semester, we finished a massive project that's called EdTPA, and that's where things seemed to be moving forward. Suddenly, I got called into a meeting with the heads of my college, and it turns out that I was going to get a new placement to see if it was me or my teacher or the dynamic, whatever it might have been, that was causing such an issue. And the faith that I had had paid off. I got placed with the most wonderful teacher ever. And Dr. Mudd, if you ever watch this, you are such an inspiration to me. I know you're going to continue to do wonderful, wonderful things. And the rest of the internship was completely smooth sailing, or so I thought, because a few weeks later, we got those EdTPA score results back, and I managed to score above what I needed for the state, but below what parts of my school required for me as a master's student. Great. So now I have to work really hard on a resubmission, but I'm not going to get that new score back until the week before graduation. Stressful, I know. The only situation that I could muster that would be a solution to this was to have faith. And honestly, that faith was not very strong at times. It was those around me, such as Ashley and my family and my friends, that never wavered in their faith. And the results of that are clear. Despite these times where everything felt like it was falling apart, at the time of writing this, I have graduated, Ashley's graduated, we're engaged, we've pretty much secured teaching jobs for the upcoming school year, and we're making plans on the big move, and everything that we've ever dreamed of is starting to become a reality. And what I should have leaned on during those toughest times was the faith that this was going to happen, that I could know, despite whatever problems and struggles I was facing, good times were around the corner, and the dreams that we'd always dreamed of were going to become a reality. Now, as I mentioned before, I don't shy away from my beliefs, and I know that all of these blessings in my life are the products of God moving in my life, and it was Him showing me how much confidence I should have in that faith. No matter what hardships lie in front of you, nothing is going to be as powerful as walking forward in faith. It is going to get better. The storms that you're facing are not going to last forever, and you will become stronger as a result of it. Now, personally, I know that God moves in everyone's life in mysterious ways, but my testament after this last month is that if times are feeling the toughest, that's when the greatest blessings are waiting for you at the end of that storm. Regardless of whether you're religious or not, I want you to know that you can have faith in the fact that things are going to get better. Your dreams and your aspirations, no matter how far away they feel, can and will come true. Trying times and hard work are the means by which we accomplish our goals, and you can have faith in that. So, what exactly do I mean by faith? I'm talking about having an unwavering confidence and trust, an underlying knowledge that things are going to get better and things are going to work themselves out. Now, that might sound very difficult to achieve, and I can promise you it's even harder than it sounds. However, the benefits of finding that faith are far beyond the amount of effort it takes to put in. Once you've found that faith, every worry and every stress that you feel begins to fall away. You start living life to the fullest extent. You start to enjoy so many aspects of life that you realize you had kind of let fall to the wayside. You see, I'm making this whole video series focused on enjoying life again and helping not only myself, but as many of you out there that want to watch these in our day-to-day lives. But without faith, it's going to be really hard for us to enjoy anything. It's in faith that we can get through the toughest times. It's in faith that we can let go of the stresses that we're feeling, that we can live in the moment and enjoy life. And I'll give you a couple examples. My 3 biggest hobbies right now are TTRPGs, Magic, and video games. Now, maybe at this current moment, they're not in the correct order there, but they're the big 3 regardless. And I haven't really been enjoying them. Whether I'm playing them solo or with friends or in public or in private, it doesn't matter. I really haven't been enjoying them. And in writing this and just retrospection, reflection, I'm realizing that I didn't have faith that everything was going to turn out okay. And so I wouldn't and couldn't let myself enjoy those habits and be happy because all my brain could do was stress and worry about what was going to happen. I couldn't let myself have fun because I didn't have faith that my life's work wasn't going to just get pulled right out from underneath my feet. Except it didn't, right? Here I am after the fact. Everything turned out for the better. Everything turned out better than I could have ever imagined. And I look back wishing that I had just enjoyed more of my free time these last month. I wish that I had had more faith so that I could have just enjoyed the time that I was spending with my loved ones, the people that matter to me, and I could have lived in the moments with those around me. When you have faith, you become a beacon of what faith and hope looks like for others. When you have faith, you can remind others that it's okay to believe in a positive outcome. I want to take the end of this video to thank Ashley for being in my life each and every day, especially at the end of everything that was happening with EdTPA and that situation, because she was a constant beacon of faith and hope. And it continued to show me that everything was going to be okay. Everything was going to turn out all right. And I know you already have it on video, but so that way it's on a video that the whole world can hear. Ashley, you were right. I should have trusted you. I was getting worried and I was getting stressed. And I think everyone can understand why, but that doesn't mean that I should have been. I should have put my faith in you and in God, and I should have trusted that everything was going to be okay. I wouldn't be myself without you. You make me 10 times the man I ever could imagine. And I love you with all of my heart. I can't believe we're going to go get married. Now, back to the point of the video. So what was the point of this video? Well, not all of these videos are going to be 20 plus minute deep dives into something really intense that's extremely emotional. So I really just want to leave the video off here pretty much. Sometimes I just want to make a quick video to remind you all that it's okay to have faith. It's okay to remind yourself that whatever small, intangible thing that you're worried about right now that seems like the end of the world isn't going to matter in 2 months, isn't going to matter in 2 years, is not going to matter in 2 decades. And if we're all fortunate enough to live that long, we're going to look back and we're going to long for the times that we could have spent with family, we could have spent with friends, we could have enjoyed those moments. You're never going to look back when you're older or if you're sick and say, man, I wish I would have stressed more. I wish I would have worked harder on that project and just worked myself to death on it. You're going to look back and you're going to go, man, I really wish I had just taken a little bit more time to appreciate those around me. I wish I would have taken a little bit more time to love those around me. And I'm here to tell you guys that the best way to do that is to have a little bit of faith. So let's do that together. Let's have a little bit more faith in ourselves, in each other, in life, in the world. And let's just continue making this world and our lives a better place. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you haven't already, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Any and all of it is greatly appreciated. We make mainly gaming related content here at Rollsicle, but I am going to continue with this video series, and I do hope to put one out for the month of May, along with this one technically being the video for the month of April. So look forward to seeing that. And we love you guys. We can't wait to get back into this channel, and you guys are the bread and butter of what makes Rollsicle what it is. So I wish you guys the best. May those rolls be ever in your favor, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.